We start off with the latest coming in from the 9th Heart of Asia Istanbul Process Ministerial Conference, which is underway in Tajikistan. The Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has spoken at the conference in Dushanbe. He stressed on the need for double peace in the region to achieve peace for Afghanistan, saying that long-term, durable peace for the country would only be achieved if the region surrounding it was also peaceful. Jaishankar also said that India remained committed to the development of Afghanistan in order to make the country self-sufficient. He added that India would continue to work towards improving Afghanistan's connectivity.
For a durable peace in Afghanistan, what we need is a genuine double peace. That is peace within Afghanistan and peace around Afghanistan. It requires harmonizing the interests of all, both within and around that country. India has been supportive of all the efforts being made to accelerate the dialogue between the Afghan government and the Taliban, including intra-Afghan negotiations. We attended the inaugural virtual session of the Doha talks. If the peace process is to be successful, then it is necessary to ensure that the negotiating parties continue to engage in good faith.
Last year, India attended both the US Taliban pact signing and the start of the intra-Afghan talks in Doha. New Delhi's high-level engagement with Afghan leadership continues. India also said that it supports regional process under the aegis of the United Nations, and that under the United Nations leadership, it would improve the odds for a lasting outcome. The process was proposed by the United States and called for the meeting of foreign ministers of Russia, China, Pakistan, Iran, India and the US under the United Nations for a unified approach to supporting peace in Afghanistan. During his 3-day trip to Tajikistan, the Indian External Affairs Minister is expected to meet leaders of other participating countries on the sidelines of this conference. The minister also met his counterparts from Iran and Turkey. The President of Afghanistan, Ashraf Ghani, during his speech at the Heart of Asia meet, thanked India for supporting the Afghanistan peace process. Ghani highlighted India's connectivity projects that led to increased trade between the two countries. He thanked India for its cooperation in establishing an air corridor. The India-Afghanistan air corridor started in 2017 and opened a huge Indian market for Afghan goods. India has invested at the Chabahar port that connects India with Afghanistan and beyond. The Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi is also attending the conference. The participation of both the ministers at the conference sparked speculation of a possible meeting between the two leaders amid the recent peace overtures from Pakistan. Qureshi, however, clarified that no meeting has been finalized or requested so far with his Indian counterpart. This conference is part of the Istanbul Process, an initiative on security and cooperation for a stable and peaceful Afghanistan. The conference, being hosted in Tajikistan, focuses on strengthening a regional and international consensus for Afghan peace. It comes at a time when the Taliban and the Afghan government are holding direct talks to end 19 years of war that killed tens of thousands of people and ravaged various parts of the country. India has been supporting a national peace and reconciliation process and has been a major stakeholder in the peace and stability of Afghanistan. It has already invested billions in aid and reconstruction activities in the country. Professor Muzaffar Senel joins us from Istanbul. He is a West Asia analyst and a deputy director at the Istanbul Seher University. Thanks very much for speaking with us. These talks would end up setting the tone for the intra-Afghan dialogue that takes place next month in Istanbul between the Afghan Taliban and the Afghan government. What are your expectations from this conference, which is underway?
As we see, as also mentioned during the Heart of Asia conference, that Afghanistan needed to be double peace, and then this peace, the first step is about the internal peace, and I'm very much positive about this protest, since both sides of the Afghanistan domestic forces, that internal, let's say, the counterparts are working closely, and now it's going to be more sincere approaches, since history teaches us, especially Afghanistan history, really teaches us the way to reach a peace has always been called a diplomacy, interconnected and interdependent. They live together, and living togetherness, the idea of living togetherness, to accepting the others, to respect the other, and also collective sense of security lies at the heart of these meetings. And I'm very positive about these developments in Afghanistan cases, because both sides are ready to, at least now, so much ready to go on further, as we see their statements, their statements and go for more further development.
Right. Muzaffar Sanal, what role do you see India playing in the Afghan peace process?
Yeah, Indian-Pakistan process. The pandemic really affected both economies and economies of the both countries. And instead of existing humanitarian problems, the destructive cycle of the war and conflict, military spending negatively affected not only the both countries, India and Pakistan, but also the regional countries like Afghanistan. The Heart of Conference is a good platform to create this peaceful negotiation and also to be a reconciliation processes. It has already started since, especially this year, February. We see a series of moves has been created, at least a hope, between Pakistan and Afghanistan, which will be helpful for the Afghanistan peace, which is at the lines of of course, at the core of the problem, core of the peace process should be the Kashmir issue. And till now, at least we see that Pakistan is going to be a more, positive step that has been taken.
Right.
And also India responded very positively this steps, which is taken by either Imran Khan or the Pakistan Chief of Army, General Jawad Bajwa has already stated, and Indian counterparts also give them positive response. But this last expectation in Dushanbe, they will need to go for further reconciliation process, unfortunately did not happen.
So a lot of expectations there. Leaving it there for the moment, Muzaffar Sanal, thanks very much for joining us with those perspectives. We also have our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibbal, who's been tracking the very latest coming in. Listen in.
It was a packed day in Dushanbe, where India, at the Heart of Asia meet, highlighted the role it can play when it comes to the Afghan peace process. New Delhi pointed out to the regional processes, said that it backs the regional process under the UN umbrella. We know that recently the United States had proposed a 6-country talks on the Afghan peace process under the UN umbrella. This will be taking place at the foreign ministers level, and this is something that involves India as well. The Indian External Affairs Minister also raised concerns over increased violence level in Afghanistan. He also said that, yes, collective success might not be easy, but the only alternative to it will be collective failure. He also significantly pointed out the role India is playing when it comes to providing connectivity to Afghanistan, whether it is by Chabahar port or whether it's by India-Afghanistan air corridor. But largely, when it comes to the Indian External Affairs Minister, he had 4 bilaterals with his counterpart from Turkey, from Iran, from Uzbekistan, from Kazakhstan, and called on the Afghan president and the Tajik president as well. But nonetheless, this was an occasion occasion to make sure that there can be consensus even as the violence level is increasing because of the Taliban. And just before the talks which are taking place in Turkey between the Afghan government and the Taliban. So multiple things happening when it comes to the Afghan peace process, and at the same time this meeting coming which has more than 10 countries as its participant. It's a decade-long process. In fact, India has also hosted the same meeting as well in the city of Amritsar. So largely it was a packed day in Dushanbe, but the message was clear that everyone has to be on same page to make sure that Afghanistan becomes a stable country, or the entire region will remain destabilized. With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Siddhant Sibbal for WION in New Delhi.
And our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik is in Dushanbe, Tajikistan, tracking all the developments at the conference venue. He sent us this report. Take a look.
Well, I'm standing inside the hall where the Heart of Asia Istanbul process meeting of the foreign ministers is currently ongoing, and as we speak, almost all of the speakers that have taken the floor, they have emphasized on the need for a reduction in violence, a ceasefire, and the fact that the pathway to regional stability lies with peace in Afghanistan. They've emphasized that, they've pledged that, be that be the Pakistani side, be that be the Indian side, be that be the Afghan side or the other foreign minister, associated parties as well. On the other hand, the washed out meeting or the washed out interaction, or a highly anticipated one between the two foreign ministers of Pakistan and India, that has not taken place as yet. There were two occasions where it could have possibly been taken place, but as of now it has not taken place. In fact, at the lunch even, there was no interaction between Indian External Affairs Minister Jaishankar and the Pakistani Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi. Earlier in the day as well, we saw Indian External Affairs Minister walking by the Pakistani Foreign Minister, not shaking hands, not interacting with him, and standing at his place. That was between the Azeri Foreign Minister, and right next to him was the Pakistani Foreign Minister. In a while from now, the Dushanbe declaration will be done, and as I said, the need for a reduction in violence and ceasefire would be emphasized upon in that. Anas Malik in Dushanbe, Tajikistan for WION. World is One.